there's a statement in the traditions. You might have heard it. It's like this: you are not the one who wakes or dreams or sleeps. You are not the one who wakes or dreams or sleeps. You are pure consciousness, reality itself, the substance of existence. You are that. You are that. You're not the one that identifies with waking, dreaming, sleeping. Has anyone heard that, this kind of argument? You see, if you're not the one that wakes or dreams or sleeps, you are. I am reality itself. I am that which lives the trees and the butterflies and the bees and the sun and the moon and all human life. You know, I am that one, right? And suddenly the mind drops away from this troubled identification with the one that wakes or dreams or sleeps. This is the promise from the great tradition. What happens when you, and I'm sure you must have experienced this, when you cognize this fact that you are not mere identity with waking, dreaming, sleeping, you are reality itself. You suddenly feel an utter, robust connectedness to all arising conditions, including the male-female polarity. It's just, you embrace your experience. You embrace all animals. You know? You embrace all plants. You embrace all human others. You embrace the ocean, the sun and the moon and stars, right? You're just there with, right? Does anyone know what I'm talking about? You've had that experience? Because the mind is no longer involved in tricky mechanisms between what you are and what I am, right? What you are as an object and what I am as a subject to that object. All that stuff that we live with. Right? Do you live with that stuff? The object and the subject? You know, me and my complicated relationship to you. Fuck it, you know? All that stuff. Then if I'm not the one that wakes or dreams or sleeps, all that stuff, it's not there. And I'm only in a robust, utter, intimate connection to you. That is the Tantra. You know, it's no joke that the Adi Shankara, the writer of the 8th century who started Advaita Vedanta, the non-dual purist, you know, he's saying there is only God. That's all. There's nothing else arising but God. Nothing. That was his teaching. It's a beautiful teaching. Don't you reckon? There's nothing but God. Nothing. Forget it. And if you think there's something else other than God, he says it's a dream. It's an illusion. So forget it. And that same Adi Shankara wrote these awesome goddess tantric texts. The same guy, of utter union with the goddess, force of life, the Shakti, feminine power of reality. He wrote that too. And they seem to be quite different sorts of points of view, different texts. But the same guy, Shankaracharya, wrote both. How could that be? The reason he wrote both is because what I'm saying is that if you reside as the one who is not waking, dreaming, sleeping, consciousness itself, then you are in this untroubled, utter connectedness to life itself in all arising conditions, including the male-female force of life that is God's force that is regenerating and evolving the species, right? It's just there as one condition. I mean, we're not kidding, right? This is not a spiritual talk. This is a mathematical statement. I said that is the extreme intelligence of life arising there, right?
Yes.
The extreme function of life, yeah?
Yes.
The extreme beauty of life.
Yes.
If it's true of her, it's true of her. And true of him. Right? And because culture has proposed this idea of God or source, if there is such a thing as source reality arising as this extreme intelligence, can the source be absent from its appearance? Yes or no? No. Thank you. Again, the search in you is obliterated. It has to be. Source reality is arising as this extreme intelligence, beauty, function, flowering as you. Am I right or wrong? Thank you. There's a maths lesson, just a maths teacher saying, you've got to get this. 2 + 2 is 4. 4 + 4 is 8. Don't go into the world. Don't go into that spiritual shark-infested waters, imagining that you are less than reality itself, because you'll be exploited, put on the merry-go-round, told to go and meditate for an hour a day or 2 hours a day or something, or give up sex or some nonsense. Right? If you're not equipped with this basic mathematics that reality itself is arising as this embodiment, that embodiment. See, she just kissed this guy. I saw. You see, when you reside as the one who is not waking, dreaming, sleeping, then the robust flow between male, female just is there as the power of life, right? That's what you're feeling. Yeah, good. And I'm saying it works both ways. Either you reside as consciousness and feel the utter connectedness to all things, or you feel the utter connectedness to all things via some special chosen objects, mainly your own body and breath, and your chosen intimate connection. Then you feel consciousness. Then the mind is forced back to its source, to the heart, to the hridaya,